everybody and welcome back to Vlogmas. I'm Jane, my husband Mike is behind the camera. We're British early retirees who are debt-free and paid off the mortgage, and we live a thrifty, frugal and money-saving life from Brittany in northwest France. And every day, right up until Christmas Day, we're going to be sharing Vlogmas, our thrifty, frugal Vlogmas with you. And today we want to tell you all about the ways we try and keep Christmas as waste-free as possible. Tell you a little story today and sort of share experiences with you about gifts that I've given in the past that I would definitely consider to be as waste free as possible. I put my jams and pickles and my chutneys into jars that I reuse over and over and over, and I sterilize the lids and I use them over and over and over. You can use the lids again as long as you haven't pierced them or banged them or dented them, and they seal. And we jam makers know a seal when we get it. So I've given people in the past homemade marmalades, jams, pickles, chutneys, and they have been very well received. And I've used cardboard that I've had from packaging to make the labels, and the string that I've tied on it has usually been hemp string, which is biodegradable. I maybe have put a fancy bit of fabric over the top with the string to tie it, and it's often been upcycled fabric. So that's something that I've given in the past. Has been edible goods. Another thing that I've done in the past is I've made everybody a small Christmas cake. And what I did is I went and got all the little plates that I was going to give to them with the little cake on top, which I decorated. I bought them all from the charity shop with a little note written underneath it saying, "This is from a charity shop, give it back to a charity shop when you finish with it." I then found that I could buy biodegradable cellophane. I put cellophane around it, and again, what I did to make the ribbon to tie it is I cut strips of fabric with pinking shears into small strips and tied it up with that. And again, I made the labels myself, and I used labels from packaging and used a hole punch and tied it to that. So that's something else people have had as well. So either it's been mince pies or Christmas cake or brownies, and year after year, I rotated those. Then I want to talk about things that I used to do with the kids over the Christmas holiday, which again was very low waste, Things like we used to go and actually get magazines that I would read out of the recycling box, out of recycling bins. So I'd read those. And then we get the kids to cut them into strips. And then we'd use water-soluble glue to make them into paper chains and festoon them everywhere. It would keep them busy for hours on end. And as a teacher, it's something we used to do at school as well, to decorate the classroom. Another thing that the kids used to really like to do was to make popcorn, and then to string it with a nice big darning needle and a piece of, it's not cotton, kind of like very thin cord, and string the popcorn with it and put that on the Christmas tree. And obviously that was biodegradable at the end of it. No waste, went in the compost. Something else that we used to like to do was to slice the oranges and then put them on pieces of paper on top of the radiator and let them dry out to make orange garlands. So we used to put like so many pieces of popcorn, and then we used to string in a piece of orange and put them around the Christmas tree. Again, biodegradable and low waste. Another fun activity that the kids used to like to do is that we used to buy like the felt tip pens, the marker pens, again, which were biodegradable, that they'd use and use and use and use and use, or we could get glass paint. We'd get the old jam jars, and they would sit and paint the old jam jars, like put stars and pretty things on it, or we put tea lights in it. The tea light at the end of it, it's like an aluminium, that would go in the recycling, and the jars, they would go in the recycling as well. And then we found out it was a lovely way that we used to wrap up gifts, is that we would use old clothing. So, for example, t-shirts, and cut them into the squares and then wrap up a gift in it and attach a note to it on the back of the label and say, when you finish with this wrapping, you can use it as a cleaning cloth in your house. I hope you like those. A few low waste, low cost ideas for Christmas gifts and Christmas fun. And we'll see you again tomorrow, and happy Vlogmas.